Very important. It is not only what you know what you know, but you must be able to express it to the others, especially on the interview board. If you cannot present yourself, if you cannot express yourself convincingly and coherently, cogently, intelligibly, you will be rejected. It's a sad tale of our universities, sad record of our universities, our colleges. There are only 10% of the children are really employable. And that may be not because of university, it's because of their family background. The 10% come from a good family, good education. That's why those 10% shine. So therefore, this university being a university with a difference, a university which stands for honesty, transparency and integrity. It's your job, both the faculty and the student. Because I want this, because I see it everywhere. The proper training is not given. There is no laboratory, there is no library. The faculty is not qualified. So you need qualified faculty, good library, good laboratory, and intelligent students. Students who are inspired, motivated, with energy. When they come together, the best education happens. So you have to develop that communication skill. That is part of your competence. Language skill, mathematical skill, logical skill, ability to ask questions. What I find is, when we address the young students, they have no questions. They don't know how to ask questions. They don't know how to ask searching questions. Problems are there all over the world. But the problems have to be problematized, questioned. You have to ask the questions. Then good answers will come. So the ability to ask the question, why, how, who, where, when. It is not that the teacher will give you in a spoon all the knowledge. Unless you ask the questions, the professor or the lecturer or the teacher will not be motivated to respond. He may give you a 1 hour lecture. The lecture will go over your head and hit the wall and come back. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. You have to ask the questions. One of the problems with Indian universities are, it's all just lectures and lectures and lectures. No experiment. You are not allowed to ask a question. If you ask a question, you become a black sheep in the class. Because when the students ask questions, students do research, student asks the searching question, the professor, the lecturer also have to prepare. He cannot be simply reading from his notes which he has picked up from his college days. Because knowledge is exponentially increasing. What was yesterday's knowledge is no more knowledge today. Things are all changing fast. What we acquired in 50,000 years period, we start acquiring 6,000 years period. Then 500 years, then 50 years. Now every 5 years things are improving, things are changing. I know the director of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, visits the United States to meet his grandson, 3-year-old grandson. And then they had a latest iPad. The grandson was playing with that. And he asked the grandfather. Grandfather couldn't figure out what is going on. He's a director of IIC, Indian Institute of Science. So he couldn't figure out. The grandson, 3-year-old grandson, was able to figure out, and he couldn't. Then the grandson, Dada, you are stupid. Dada got such a shock. He is the president, the director of Indian Institute of Science, the premier science institute in this country, and his 3-year-old grandson calls him stupid. Of course, American kids always say stupid. Stupid doesn't mean much. Stupid means I love you, Dada, that is what he meant. But Dada took it in a different way. The idea is that knowledge is increasing. Earlier, the older you were, the more knowledgeable you were. Now the younger you are, the more knowledgeable you are. Younger people have greater control over knowledge. Because old knowledge all become obsolete before you realize it. So you have to keep running, keep moving, keep updating yourself. As far as knowledge is concerned, for this you have to ask the questions. You have to learn to ask the questions, searching questions. And you have to keep the teacher on his or her toe all the time. In my college days, teachers used to sit on the chair and glued to the notebook and then read her essays. These days it won't work. Teachers should be running all around. Running all around. Very smart. So, questions and answers. You have to learn to ask a question. That's how you learn. To experiment. To be bold. To tinker with things. That's how you develop that expertise. Otherwise, it remains only on the verbal level. You may be able to repeat. Somebody, generally I see children learning. First they by heart the questions. They take up a lot of question papers, by heart the questions. What is the question? Let us say, who is the Prime Minister of India? Who is the Prime Minister of India? Who is the Prime Minister of India? By heart questions. And that also you can break down. Who first. Is. Prime Minister. Of. India. That also you write in position. Then the answer. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India. Or Narendra Modi. That also you can break down. Narendra. Modi. Prime Minister. So if this particular question comes, you have the particular answer. So mechanical. So the question is, you are the Prime Minister of India, you have the answer. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister. But unfortunately, the question was, who is Narendra Modi? My God. Now the question changed. Who is Narendra Modi? You have no answer. You start scratching, you crying, and then you don't know the answer, and then you come back. Meaning you have the data, but you have no knowledge. Data is there. Knowledge is not there. You don't know how to apply the data situationally. Because you have not understood the question, nor have you understood the answer. It is only mechanically learned by rote. So the mechanical learning by rote is not going to help you. If you understand the question and understand the answer, then you can deal with any situation. So what we have to develop is intelligence. Not just a memory power. Memory is good, but the memory is old. Old knowledge. And situations are fast changing. When situations fast change, old knowledge is not applicable now. Because situations already change. So you have to use old knowledge, you have to process it, understand the situation, assess the situation, and then give an answer. Otherwise, you become redundant. I tell you, the world is very, very complicated. Old memory-oriented knowledge is not going to develop, help you. You have to develop intelligence, ability to assess the quickly changing situations and update your knowledge and then apply it. Have you heard the story of the person who sells monkey caps? Monkey caps? You know the story. That this guy collects the monkey cap in a basket, put on his head, go to the city, sell it, and come back. One day he was very tired, exhausted. He sits under a tree and dozes off. And then when he wakes up, all the caps are gone. Who took away the caps? The monkey. The monkey is wearing the caps, jumping from branch to branch. When he woke up, that's what he saw. Now all the caps are gone. He was very upset. All his capital is gone. Then he started saying, shoo, shoo. The monkeys also said, shoo, shoo. He took a stone and threw at the monkeys. They plucked a fruit and threw at him. And he waved his hand. They also waved the hand. Then this guy realized, whatever I do, the monkeys are doing. That is why they are monkeys, isn't it? So from this he learned a lesson. Whatever I do, they will do. So he had one cap on his head. He took this cap and threw at him. The monkeys. Monkeys took all their caps and threw at him. He quickly collected all the caps. And then he went into the city, sold it and came back. Now this guy learned a lesson. That if something like this happens, what is the answer? Throw the cap on your head and the monkeys will throw the caps back and the problem is solved. A management lesson. A good education. From experience. He stored it in his memory. And a lot of water flowed down the Ganga. Now it is time for him to hand over his business to his son, only son. He handed over the business. Along with that, this piece of wisdom also. It can happen to you. It has happened to me. History repeats. That is the fundamental lesson of history. So it can happen to you. And sure enough, it happened to this boy also. The boy took over the business. And one day he was going to the city to sell his cats. He saw the tree. He felt tired. He sat under the tree, dozed off. Monkeys came, took all the cats. But he was not perturbed. Why he was not perturbed? Why he was not perturbed? He lost all his cats. Why he was not perturbed? Because he has a solution. What is the solution? Take the cap from his head and throw at the monkeys. They will throw all the caps back. This time, things didn't happen that way. He threw the cap and the monkeys took that cap also. And he said, yeah, your father told you the story. Our father also told us the story. The idea is, information is floating around. Everybody has access to every piece of information. Information is free in the modern world. Whatever teaching going on in Harvard or Stanford or Oxford or such universities are available. Information is available. What you need is the Viveka Buddhi to use that information appropriate to the situations. That is called intelligence. It's not simple data. Simple data any day can be. You can store it in your memory. Or why not memory? The computers are there. You can store it in the computer. If you have a good computer, your answers are all problems. But it's not just an answer. It is applicable answer, which requires intelligence. So we have to train our children to develop their intelligence, their ability to question, their ability to assess the situation, their ability to innovate, their ability to create new solutions to problems. Otherwise, you will be rejected from the world market, job market. You need that intelligence. So these days they talk about they don't look into your degree also. They trust you, they believe you. If you say I have an MTech degree, they will believe. They don't ask you to show the certificate. Because they know if you are telling a lie, they will find it out later. They won't ask you, show me the degree. What they look for is your confidence. Do you have the confidence? Do you speak confidently? Even if you have no degree, the Lieutenant's Delhi. The Lieutenant's Delhi, as they say, that British people built. The architect was Lord Luton. And he had no architectural degree. He has not even gone to the architectural college. He was not an architect. It's the confidence. It's the imagination. It's the capacity, the feeling that I can do it. So what you require is ability to question, intelligence, confidence. Confidence is very, very important. If you have no confidence, if you cannot take risk, if you cannot say I can, most of our students, they cannot say I can. The Americans say, the last word is can, isn't it? American. Americans say I can, that's why they are Americans. If you can say can, that confidence, with the confidence you can do anything. If you are not confident, even your knowledge doesn't help you. The knowledge will become only a burden. It doesn't help you tackle the problem. So competence, self-confidence is very, very important. Without that self-confidence, you cannot take a risk. Taking risk is very, very important. If you don't take risk, then you cannot accomplish great things. You cannot make a difference in this world. Let me tell you a story in this context. The importance of taking risk. The importance of confidence. Here is a rich man. Who has a palatial building. And he has a beautiful, large swimming pool. And he has got one daughter. So he wanted to marry his daughter to the most competent person of great confidence, who can say, I can. So he put an ad in the newspaper, I have this daughter, I have a lot of wealth, anybody, young man, can come and jump into my swimming pool and swim across and come out on the other shore of the swimming pool. I can give him my daughter in marriage and all my wealth and anything else he wants. A lot of young people, they are all ready to jump into the pool. At that time, this old man, oh, I forgot to tell you one thing. This pool is full of poisonous snakes. Poisonous snakes. Will anybody jump into that pool? Because poisonous snakes. Nobody will jump into it. Though they wanted the girl, marriage and the wealth and whatnot, desire is there, but there is no courage to take that plunge, take the leap. Nobody will do. Desire is there. Like our condition also, we have the desire, but we do not have the energy, the passion, the daredevilness, the fire in the belly. Then suddenly somebody, one person, he swam across our other, reached the other shore. The old man ran towards him, took his hand, congratulated him, brought his daughter, offered him in marriage, wrote all his property in his name. Then asked him, tell me what else you want. I am so happy with you. This young man wiped the sweat off his brow and he said, sir, I don't want anything but you tell me who pushed me into this place. He was not taking risk. He was not taking risk, but when he was pushed into the lake, he could do it. In our case, we need somebody to push. We hesitate on the edge. We don't take the risk and jump and leap. Unless you take the risk, your potential will not be discovered and manifested. In our tradition, we say you are a spark of the divinity. There is great latent and hidden in all of us. It is that power which makes the difference. Not just learning. Learning is very important. Training is very important. But the self-confidence is more important. There is a great power hidden in all of us. That power is to be manifested. So friends, what I was telling you is the need for self-confidence, competence, education. Education is a passport to success. Without education, you cannot do anything. Even in United States also. People without any college education, they can reach nowhere. So you need this college education, proper education, not simple memory, but intelligence. Ability to solve a problem, to analyze a problem. It can be an engineering problem, it can be a medical problem, it can be a legal problem, it can be a social problem or a political problem, or a manufacturing problem or a financial problem. An ability to analyze, to break down the problem into manageable units and process them in your brain, making models and offering solutions. This is what education is all about. That requires enormous self-confidence, the feeling that I can do that. The first is you have to develop that confidence. This is the secret of joyful living in an interactive world. Without that confidence, there will be no joy. Joy is the energy that you can invoke out of yourself. And that feeling that I have that infinite energy within myself. So once you have that confidence and intelligence, you also need, as everybody needs, you also need hard skills. You have to learn things. Without